think a little bit drier, rutted up track, or would they prefer a little wetter, softer track if it were first thing in the morning?
I think that also depends on what part of the country you're from. You know, the West Coast versus the East Coast. I grew up in the Northeast, so I tended to like the wetter tracks a little bit better. When we ended eventually moving to Texas, I struggled a little bit with the drier tracks, but with these 50s, I think right now they want to try to stay away from these deep ruts, stay high and dry. You know, we just put a little bit of water down. They got to watch the big bikes go out there, but that is another benefit of having the sight lap. They got to go out, look at it, and if they got stuck in a rut sight lap, they know that we need to take a different line going into the motos.
Whoever that is out front, I think, likes the track conditions so far. I'm not even going to try and get that little guy, even in the binoculars. Those numbers are way too small.
He's making it look good, though, jumping through the rollers right there. He's looking good out front. These guys getting to climb these hills, and now you really get to appreciate the size of the breaker bumps with the little bikes going up there, how much they bounce around the, little bobbleheads in a sense. Oh, okay. I didn't expect them to jump that double coming downhill. Okay.
I did, Sean. I have faith in our youth. The children are our future.
So do I, but I did the track walk yesterday, and there were some pretty big bumps at the downside of them, so I was a little skeptical about a 50 hitting them and choosing their line where to go after that.
That used to be a pretty good-sized triple when they set up coming out of the summer track, putting in the fall track. There used to be a triple coming down there and collected a few people, so I think they wisely turned it into a double.
Okay, I've always seen come down, take a right, and hit it back up to the old hill. And as our leader is approaching the finish line right now, our timing and scoring will let us know who this rider is. Number 101.
That also is Smith. Landon LeBlanc in third. Fourth place, Riker Ward. Fifth place, Jackson Boyd. Sixth place, Braden Tillery. Seventh place, Max Myers. Eighth place, Chad Hunwardson. Ninth place, Ace Veerkamp. And the top 10 is the 281 of Carter Brown.
And I really appreciate these drone shots, getting to look down the track, the ruts and stuff like that, because there's one thing for a rider or your team back at the pit, but for them to be able to open up their phone, check the broadcast, or even the families at home watching right now, getting to see the conditions where if you're not here looking at it like, oh, I need to be here next year or in the future.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sean. It brings a bird's eye view, literally.
Yes.
A bird's eye view of the facility and definitely the track and track conditions. Our leader launching up the Hackley Huck. Carter Renneker, the 101. So where is his brother? There's the 101 Renneker and the 100 Renneker, the two brothers. So good to see the Renneker brothers here at the 22nd annual running of the AZ Open of Motocross, presented by Links Insurance Service, AJE Power Sports. So Renneker. Chris Vancers, how you feeling here in our new announcer's tower? The Vancers Suite, the Chris Vancers Suite.
As long as it's not the Chris Vancers Memorial, I'll take it.
The Chris Vancers Morgue. You're gonna live and die right here in this box. Chris.
I'm not an animal.
Okay, yes, Renneker definitely is opening up the lead a little bit right now, showing off in this front straight, hitting all the big jumps, and as he comes around, we're going to see how big of a gap that he does have on second place. As you can see, he's staying just in between the ruts right there, not trying to get caught up too deep.
Yeah, about a 7.5 second gap there. Renneker besting Smith about 4 seconds on that lap. Riker Ward in third, Braden Tillery fourth, fifth place Max Myers, sixth place Jackson Boyd, seventh place Ace Veerkamp, eighth place Carter Brown, moving ahead of LeBlanc on that lap. Ninth place is Landon LeBlanc, 10th place Tanner Hatfield, and in 11th is the number 100 of Brax Villapoto.
Just outside your top 12, here's Dahan, Heppenstill, Painter. Looks like Lemke, Moore, Otto, and Brecken Bailey in 18th place. Here in this 51cc micro 4-8 age group. And the fastest lap, Carter Reneker still at 2:14. So, man, he's about 4.5 seconds a lap faster every lap so far. And he's got a pretty sizable lead here, Sean Hackley. If you're Carter Reneker, you're extremely happy so far on this very third gate drop of the day to start the event.
Yes, I was watching and I saw something might have happened, but he was already coming through a couple of lap traffic riders or something like that, someone who they had some difficulties at opening laps, but he really is riding good. You said he has a brother. I don't know if he's in this class as well.
Yeah. I don't know. No, he's probably aged out at this point.
But hopefully he can go back to the pit, tell his brother all the hot lines, and help him out and just keep the Reneker name up there in our mouth and help the family bring home some titles this week.
Yeah, we're talking about the back markers. Some of these kids out here, they're the youngsters, they're kind of in the beginner stages of their young career here, Sean, so they may be getting put a lap down from a more advanced, elder statesman of the class, so to speak, early on lap 1.5 or lap 2. So part of the growing pains here, Sean, of motocross when you're in that 5 to 8 age bracket.
But I'm sure it's a good feeling for the leader right now out front, coming here doing what him and his family planned for him to do while they came here. So kudos to him for sure. As Reneker's making his way around the track right now, it's just showing you the conditions of it, the size of the jumps. There's good, there's still the dirt is nice and fluffy here. They're doing a great job at track work. Shout out to Sean Martin, like we were saying earlier today, keeping this track well maintained.
Carter Reneker is hitting all his spots. I know you as a trainer, you're kind of observing all that, and man, he's just doing everything right. It seems.
Yes, this is a highlight reel right now for him. This is good clips, and shout out to the camera crew right now, because this is just, I'm getting caught up watching this. As they head up to jump number 9 into the new section over by the RVs, the campground. Look at that, the sky shot right there. It's just one of the perks of this event. Reneker still out front, coming down the main stretch before the finish line. I believe he's coming up to the white flag.
I mean, you check that out. He just flew over that double like he was a bird.
Oh, no, the checker flag. I'm sorry. That was...
Checkered flag, 101. Carter Reneker, I think, grabbed the whole shot.
Yes. Led every lap. That was a great ride. Good job.
There's the 462 of Devin Smith. Fouled by Riker Ward. And Braden Tillery. Of course, they're going to Kevin Kelly, Shane Garcia down at the podium, which is a separate program. And we're going to keep on announcing the races so you guys have the latest update right here from the announcer. Performance Alley is open. It's about lunchtime. Make your way over to Rody's Barbecue. Wrap Fuel right next door. And they've got some riders that are sponsoring this year. Temple 601, Boyer 111, Almonte 212, Miller 186, Phillips 215, Becker 78X, and Messick 154. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 riders that are helping out. Wrap Fuel. Of course, the event t-shirts are on sale. So if you want the best selection, I would highly recommend making your way down to the vending trailers right next to each store and the Shock Socks booth. So right now it's Carter Reneker, Devin Smith, Riker Ward, Braden Tillery, Max Myers, Ace Vanderkamp, Landon LeBlanc, Jackson Boyd, Tanner Hatfield, Carter Brown in 10th, Brax Villapoto in 11th, Chad Hunwardson in 12th, Wes Helpenstill in 13th, Jaeger Painter in 14th, Cooper Lemke in 15th. All right, finishing up race number 2, micro, 5 to 8 years old, coming up. Race number 3, 2-stroke, 12 plus, B and C. And we would give you a rundown. We're waiting on to print out our rider sheets. As soon as we do that, we'll give you a rundown on each moto, tell you who's who and what's what. What a beautiful day right here at Arizona Cycle Park for the 22nd running of the AZ Open